full moon. Oh, wait. Happy full pink moon. Okay? Welcome back to Her Thoughts Ethereal. Welcome to all of our new members. Thank you for becoming a Royale. Depending on where you are seeing this, you either have all of the links to get a hold of me, or you can find that towards the end of this video. So I did want to come and catch a vibe with you guys as it pertains to this full moon energy that we're in for April 12, 2025, y'all. It feels really good. This is always one of my favorite moons because you guys know I'm a winter girly. However, springtime is just like, it's a given when it comes to out with the old and with the new. And oh my gosh, that can be so cliche. However, it's like legit though, because with this particular moon, we know that we're vanishing, we are releasing, we're moving away from. But this is also a time for like preparing, planting and preparing. Some of you guys could like even be kind of being drawn more to not just herbs but plants. Like I never really wanted a plant before. Like really getting into some of y'all are planting seeds elsewhere. Okay, congratulations in advance. But y'all don't come here with that. We're not starting that. However, gardening, let's just stay there, okay? But this is going to be a time when a time to consider the things that you're wanting to see spring up. I love this. So basically what we're going to do is kind of touch bases really briefly on what it is that Spirit is wanting you guys to know as far as how you can navigate this energy as smoothly as possible, but also how you can flow with it but make the most of it. And that's going to be unique to all of, you know, individually, your individual experience. However, after I touch base on those key points, then I'll grab y'all a brief collective message as well. Remember, only take what resonates. And if you just absolutely need an individual, like I said, the information that you need will be linked. You can book via any of those platforms if you are new. And so, y'all, yes, let's go ahead and get into it, because this moon gives, because it's not actually going to be pink, guys, okay? So don't be disappointed. This moon, for one of you or for some of you, something that you initiated in the month of March, could even be January for someone, but something that, especially if you've been seeing 333 for confirmation, something that kind of crunk up or got started in March is coming to now. Okay, and this feels like a blessing to someone. Whatever this is, you could have felt like, you know, am I being delusional or is this a game? I also picked up, especially if the color blue is significant to you. Hell, you could even have a smaller child. You could have been watching cartoons or any type of animations as of recent, or dealing with someone born in spring. You're born in spring. You are 420 friendly. Definitely something in this message to resonate with you, but more specifically, you're going to receive the clue that you've been looking for. So I don't know if someone's been looking for a sign, but what I'm hearing is somebody has been getting signs, but it's not as signy as they are imagining. I'm also hearing that whoever you are, you've been asking for signs that, I don't know, like they're mundane. And so, like when you get the sign, when you get the sign, it doesn't confirm for you necessarily because you think everything is a coincidence. Somebody, I guess, make the sign signier, but the message for that was you're going to receive this, you're going to get a clue for something, like the clue, like where there's no mistaking. You're going to get the clue. Oh my gosh, y'all are something. Okay, so listen, check this out. Although with this full moon, we are releasing, we're well aware that some of you guys are needing to release the way that you are thinking about something that is like something that, okay, I'm here and embarking on a journey. So definitely doing something new. I feel like it's the way that you're looking at something. Also picking up Scorpio energy as well as Libra energy, possibly a Cancer. But although we are releasing, you need to be open to receiving, okay? So keep that in mind when it comes to how you're dealing with this full moon energy. You can look just about anywhere and see people saying, oh, releasing, burn letters, need to be releasing, you need to be letting go. And this is absolutely true. However, we are, I was about to say spring equinox. Springtime is significant, period, okay? But this is a different type of energy. So yes, absolutely, you're going to have to release because you need to make room for the new. And I will kind of very briefly touch on that for you guys to give you a bigger picture of how to move about that, so that, because you could be like, man, I've been manifesting, it ain't got nowhere to land. Yes, it ain't got nowhere to land. There's no room. Some of y'all need to be cleaning out your photo gallery. This could even be like absolutely fine. I feel like somebody is low on storage. Stop paying for the storage because that's not the storage you need. You could have recently ate something baked, but that's not the storage you need. That's for uploading online, or like to upload elsewhere, not on your phone. I don't know who I'm talking to. Somebody is around the age of 25. Okay, so a key component is going to be your ability to say yes. And again, being open to receiving, okay? Because if you are trying to, like, if you are so fixated on pinpointing, and I mean, you don't see it as control because you're not intentionally trying to control, but that is what is going on here. And that's like a hindrance, okay? So just say yes. And that is, say yes to just chilling the hell out. Chilling out, relaxing, and not trying to figure out. Be open to the cosmic changes and, you know, allow God into your space, and so that you can be grounded enough to co-create with the universe per se, okay? Because it's like you're manifesting things, but when these things are like trying to be handed to you or gifted to you, you are in the way, or you're so busy trying to make something not necessarily work, but I kind of feel like I want to say you're so busy trying to make sure that you're doing your part, or what should I be doing? And you could even find yourself saying, like, I just want to make sure I'm doing my part. That's the least I can do. And it's like, no, the absolute most that you can do sometimes is to just chill, get out of your way, get out of God's way, and stop complicating things for the universe, okay? Because your spiritual team wants to bless you, but you have to release control and stop blocking the doorway. Stop blocking the doorway, okay? Now, one of the main purposes of this moon is to like kind of help you to release control. I need you to get into the energy of so be it. You know, it is what it is. So that you can like break down and clear away the stagnant energy that's kind of been around. You know what I'm saying? It's like we got to clean this stuff up and out. Some of you guys could even get the urge to rearrange furniture or just clean things out, or you could find yourself wanting to just like at random throw things away. Like and this could be things that you've held on to for so long, and what is actually happening is that you are on a spiritual level preparing, making room, making that space, clean your gallery out on your phone. I don't know. Somebody needs to do that, okay? You can feel like that's very taxing when it comes to your time, though. But yes, breaking down and clearing out that stagnant energy, and that's going to further help you to be open because you can see more clearly. It's like, all right, now I can look around and see the floor. All right, somebody may need to do some laundry. Oh, I need y'all to clean up. Clean up. Clean up. And you probably be like, girl, every time I clean up, these children or somebody coming around or whatever, I don't know what keep happening, but I clean up. I'm not nasty. I'm not saying you are. I'm saying even if this is spiritually speaking, these people that you're just holding on to intentionally or unintentionally thinking that, well, I'm going to give it one more try. Well, I'm just going to hold a little space just to see how it goes. Baby, sweep that on out the door, because holding a little space, no. Hold no space, because if you got to hold a little space, that means that they didn't appreciate the bigger space that you allowed them to be in the first place. What makes you think that if they couldn't appreciate that, they are worthy of a little space? If you leave the door cracked, they're going to take that as a sign that they can stick their head in or out. That's whoa, 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 whoa. Let your sneaky links go, okay? Where are we going with this? Just reverse. Hold on. We're not going there. Nobody needs to be sticking anything anywhere if there's only a little space being held for them. Sweep that on out the door and close the door, okay? Because every time they stick their head back in, they stick their problems into, oh, wow, okay, we're going to move on. Let's move. So, again, break that energy up and sweep it out, okay? And then that's going to help you to be more open. Tap into your feminine side with this moon, okay? And you might say, girl, been there. I'm there. I'm with you on that. Okay, yes, but you still find yourself slipping into these moments where you kind of like accidentally micromanage things. Only by accident, though, because, you know, you like order. You need to know what's going to be what, when, what time you need to get. No. Flow, okay? Just remember, flow, flow, flow. Remember, the key component was say yes, and that's all you need to do. So tapping into that feminine energy is going to, and I almost want to say fake it till you make it, because it may be a struggle, especially if that is not your typical way of doing things. And I feel like with this transformation, transition, but with where you are closing cycles and stepping into a new era, it's like, you don't want to talk about that. No, we're going to talk about it. Who mad? I need you to be more intentional when it comes to just flowing, just knowing that, yes, so be it. And it's going to be what it is that you want it to be for your highest good, okay? And with that energy, that's going to help you to keep from not just micromanaging, but feeling like you have to chase. This doesn't have to necessarily be, I need you to move away from that. This doesn't have to be you chasing a person like, you know, you better not be running after nobody if it's not your child, okay? Okay? Not even a mailman. He got R on the prindle for a reason, okay? All right, stop playing. Somebody waiting on a package or something. But even energetically, it's like, no, I'm not gonna reach out to you, but I am wondering, like, damn, it's been 2 days, or like, damn, I ain't heard from you since this morning. You text me back yet, like, and then doing things to, you know, like, be fake busy to distract yourself. No, if you're gonna be fake busy, I guess that would be that fake it till you make it. Don't just, I need you to do something that is going to, okay, I just heard lucrative, to be lucrative, but what I was about to say is doing something that is going to be beneficial when it comes to you bringing in what it is that you want to see coming into fruition this season, okay? Regardless of what it is. Like, what about you? Like, you are just as interesting. What about you? Okay? And if you're a client of mine, you know I tell y'all all the time, baby, if it's a person, the number one thing that is going to draw them closer back into you. And I mean, it doesn't mean that you're playing games, but it's like you need to decenter and then recenter you. Is to focus on you, to do you. And that's even energetically, because you can be fake busy all day. But that doesn't necessarily, like, energetically, you're still kind of waiting for something, okay? And we can't trick that, okay? So, once you get into that feminine energy in the way that you need to be, you're going to be able to not just neglect the stagnant energy, but that's going to help make that space that you need. And it's going to keep you, being in your feminine energy, like, wholeheartedly, that's going to kind of like help you effortlessly get to the other side of that stubborn ass door that's been so hard to open. You know why the door was so hard to open? Because you got all this stuff, all this crap piled up in front of it. Worries from stuff that's going on with family. Things that somebody has said that even though you were about face, it still bothers you in some type of way. Bills, like the mundane things. And then on top of that, you got thoughts of love. Just so much. And things that hurt you from years ago that you haven't even quite reached a secure place in yourself to admit that, actually, yeah, I'm still thinking about that now because it did bother me. I would never let them know, because I know that I know the reaction that is wanted from me, whether it's new or old. It's like, this is the time. That's that stagnant energy. I said, break it up and sweep it out, because they are going on with, some of them, their miserable lives. Some of them are content with no progress, but that is not an option for you. So this is going to be one of those times where you're having to do that shadow work, or where you are having to be real with yourself. And with this full moon energy, this is the perfect time, because it's going to be much more easier, but I really just feel like effortless. It's like you get a whole different perspective because of how high your intuition is. And it's like, why wouldn't you work with this energy to make things easier for yourself and then more prosperous for yourself? Now, speaking of that, excuse me, once you know, you get into that feminine energy, baby, making it about you, breaking up that stagnancy, and finally being able to open that door, you get to the other side, and it's just like so refreshing. It's like, now that I can actually see this power for myself, what do I want to do with it? And because you did that work prior to finally getting the damn door open, my goodness, get that stuff up. It's like that process to even get to the other side or get through that door, enter into that portal. You don't have to, because you did that work, you don't have to worry about this newness, this refreshing feeling, this power. You don't have to worry about it being taken away from you like so many other things that have been before. Because you took the time to heal, and to that healing might even look like you addressing that with yourself and like, damn, you know, like, wow, that, like, I guess I ran from it because I thought it was going to be really terrible to even like confess that to myself, and like I didn't want to relive those feelings. And then that helps you to see just like how much wiser you've become. And baby, it is, trust me, it's going to be worth it, because you don't have to worry about something being snatched away from you or something being temporary so you can't trust it, because you come to realize on the other side of this door that you're walking through with this energy. This is for you. This is yours. And you don't have to worry. Okay? So, you release that. It's like, what do I want to do with this power? And then it's like, not this power, my power. Rediscovering yourself. Like, for the realization to hit. Baby, everything that you've gone through up until this point, and it's like it just keeps getting better and better because you're putting in the work. You hear people say all the time, putting in the work. That's not drastically paying for $400 and $500 classes for someone to half-ass you, or, you know, and I'm not saying that, you know, no shade whatsoever. No shade whatsoever. What I'm saying is, ultimately, you can have all the information that you need, but if you don't have the strength or the courage, baby, because it takes courage to apply and abide, then it's not going to work. And so, releasing that pride, and it's just going to be so worth it. And it's like, not this power, my power. Like, this is mine. It can't be taken away from me. You start to look at things completely different. Shout out to God. Shout out to the universe. Shout out to this full moon energy and all of your spirit team, because it is something that is tough to do alone. Okay? I'm also hearing that somebody's neighbor has a crush on them. What the hell? Let's move on, okay? Who the hell is your neighbor? Speaking of releasing, so something else with this full moon energy is going to help you to do with less effort. It's like it's not going to be as tough as maybe you feel like it would be any other time, because somebody hates like forcing interaction, or it's like, oh, I got to be fake with you, but it's just like off the strength of whatever the dynamic is. And it's like the interaction be forced, and it's just like, some of you guys wishing you've already started to discover the growth within you. And it's like, damn, you know, you always hear about reaching back and helping somebody, but nobody really talks about the individuals that you reach back for not feeling as if they need help, because then you have no choice but to keep going. What's crazy is that everybody is not willing to do the work. At one point in time, we weren't willing to do the work, because it's like holding a mirror up to ourselves, regardless of how perfect we feel that we are. And I'm not saying we think that, but, you know, some of us are really genuinely good people out here. But that work might look like you holding on to stuff that simply blocks you from progressing and having the things that you want in your life. Holding on to people that you're waiting to change, and those very people don't see a reason to change because they don't see anything wrong. In fact, You're the problem if you're asking them. Okay, so speaking of those people, with this moon, you're needing to release people and environments that ultimately have an impact on your confidence. When they kind of make you feel bad for growing up or growing on and going on, or have you questioning yourself. Those people where you come to realize, if you're being honest with yourself, that it kind of has a negative impact on your ability to show up as your true self. Your true authentic self is like, well, I already know how they is about that, so let me not bring that up. Or I won't put this on because they gonna ask me. I don't even feel like explaining. And some things start kind of small, subtle, but then it's like, yeah, you know what? I'm taken away from me. So actually, you wouldn't accept me like that, huh? I don't have time to be hearing later on what you said about me. And if you know, you don't have to hear it from someone else in the physical. And it's like the moment, I don't have time to be worried about the moment I walk away, what's being said. So with that being said, you don't need to be in that environment. You don't need me to tell you. It's time to release the people in the environments that have a negative impact on your confidence and your ability to be yourself. What you can do after releasing that is replace, those old things. With this moon energy, take the time to truly relax and try to do that guilt-free. Relax. So you guys, you're pretty much already being intentional about your healing. So doing things to amplify that healing. Just pouring more into yourself, what it is that you're wanting to give birth to, what you're nurturing, those very things that you're wanting to see bloom. And that is healing. That is loving on yourself. That is doing the work. Okay, fully release the old things. Make that space. The old stuff can't go. Excuse me. And I just got the hiccups out of nowhere. You've outgrown some of these places, these people, these even certain mentalities, certain emotional and mental behaviors. So it's time to let that go. Once you do that, you can more easily be open to receiving. And we talked about that. And then your receiving might not look like everyone else's. It's going to be tailored specifically to your experience. So you can look forward to, under this energy here, improvements in your connections with people, whether it's platonic, spiritual connections, and even romantic connections. Improvements in those relationships in a way that kind of shifts the energy to where it takes away that urge that you sometimes have to compare your experiences, regardless of the dynamic of the connection, unconsciously comparing it to the way that you perceive, key word, perceive others' experiences to be. It's like, oh, but are we really there though? Are we at that point? Because looking at this, and it's like, no, eyes on yours. Eyes on yours. And your spiritual team is literally helping you to discover, your journey and rediscover yourself, basically. That sounds better because I feel like you're getting back to the core of you. Okay? And so that healing is like sweeping away these wounds. Not the wisdom, but the wounds. Healing those wounds. But helping you to rediscover you and giving you a different view on the journey that you're on, basically. And, in a way that you haven't quite witnessed before. It's like an awakening that's turning things up a notch, but you're not necessarily having to go through a wild, extremely unpredictable test. Speaking of that, expectations, okay? Slow down, because it just feels like some of y'all are so used to being tested that you be ready, like, here we go, here we go. Like, wait, take the helmet off. Like, wait, put your sword down, just hold on. Just hold on. You be on go these days. And I get it, because it's like, bow, 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 bow. But no, this energy is actually here to help you just flow. And because you're so used to, like, the times where you were or even felt like you were being tested and you weren't necessarily prepared, and it's like, damn, came snuck me with that one. And so feeling like you have to be defensive. I feel like some of y'all are like this even with people that are sent to be a part of your life. Relax, okay? But the healing is going to help you with that, all right? Now, this energy is here to help you flow. So basically, just do you. With this full moon, just do you. It's helping you to be okay with that too. Like, not be guilty. When it comes to your expectations, try not to have any. Like, you're literally being divinely guided to chill. Stop looking for what you should be doing next, because that would be the very time that you miss out on what you should be doing next. So just chill. Don't move too fast, because if you go trying to control things, not on purpose, but still doing it, then you might bring some unnecessary disappointment. Okay, so flow. Just remember, flow, flow, flow. Now, finally, and then we're going to get a brief message for you guys. Y'all, we've been on here 30 minutes, but we're going to be getting a brief message for you guys. And depending on where y'all are seeing this at, again, I appreciate you guys for becoming members, free and paid, if you're on Patreon. Make sure you follow my other platforms as well. If you're seeing this on YouTube, I would definitely appreciate it if you hit that like and subscribe button. If y'all want to let me know what y'all are doing tonight or over the course of this full moon energy, let me know down in the comment section, whether it's on YouTube or Patreon. If y'all want to tell your business, or you just don't even know yet, like, girl, I am chilling, I'm not doing anything, I'm just grateful to be here, okay? The week was being a week, okay? That's cool. Tell me the last number synchronicity. Tell me the last number synchronicity that you've seen. Drop it in the comment section. I want to make sure that we are connected, okay? Now, finally, one more thing that I want to highlight for you guys. The potential blockages that this moon, some of you guys could have been experiencing it already, okay? You might find yourself, and this is going to be like not a cause and effect, but like a cause and solution to put you on, so that when you encounter it, you know how to move, okay? Some of y'all are stubborn, so listen. Potential blockages might be you dealing with people who are envious or jealous, whether it's something that comes out of their mouth or the lack thereof. This could even be their actual behavior, okay? Envious, jealous, and regardless of who it is, you know what I'm saying? Somebody's very draining also, oh my gosh. But regardless of who it is, you have to remember that you are dealing with people's spirit first and foremost. So nobody's exempt, okay? Protect you at all costs, all right? You have come too forward, too hard to be just giving out passes to people that throw them down. So if you find yourself dealing with energies where they are envious or jealous, I need you to be about face, okay? Stay solid, stay grounded. Don't even give the reaction like what you feel like you want to do. I just want you to think about what's on the line, okay? Think about what's on the line. And you might say, Ray, I don't know what's on the line. Look, think about, just think about it, all right? I'm telling you. That might be the damn test. I'm just playing. No, relax, flow, relax and flow, okay? But that is something that some of you guys could potentially deal with this moon, especially if somebody feels like, damn, why is you in a good mood and I'm in a fucked up mood? That is not your problem. They may try to, I keep wanting to say prompt. Somebody could call you, or this could be like some type of phone communication, but you stay solid, stay focused. When I say stay solid, we just had a long ass conversation. Don't play, okay? Stay focused, all right? Something else is like chaotic instances. Hell, this could range from children bickering, or siblings, or family feuds, or somebody just really irritating the out of you, to somebody really wanting you to go there with them, okay? You need to be strategic when you're facing something like that. Now, it's a little bit easier when it comes to more normal type things. This could be, you know, the house is a little bit more rowdy than usual, and you just want to chill. It's like, damn, I got a lot on my mind. Even not in a negative way necessarily, but I feel like you are going through a transformation type thing, and you just want to think, you just want to chill, you just want to, you know, relax. And so that's going to be a little bit more easier for you to handle. When it comes to somebody really trying to get you out your body, you need to be strategic, especially when it comes to dodging the BS, okay? That it does not take away from, this is just not one of those crash out instances. All right, don't block your blessing. If you got to manipulate the energy, do just that. Do you first. Take care of you first. Finally, I do want to say, moving too fast, or you feeling like anxious, being on edge, it's like, damn, what I need to be making a move or something. No, I need you to surrender. I need you to release. I need you to just chill. Everybody say it with me, just chill. Float like what? Okay, water. Some of y'all get with the water signs and ask them how they are navigating it. I need y'all to flow like water with this energy and just be. Just be. No to-do list. Just be. No preparing. Just be. Because I feel like when it's time for you to move or do something, I feel like you're going, depending on what it is, you're going to have done it already and not realize it. Because the very thing that you are likely having to do is to just be and get the hell out the way. All right. I love y'all. Let's take a quick looky look. Real quick. Real quick. real quick. Y'all make sure y'all let me know what y'all got going on for the next few days. What are y'all doing with this? Okay. Some of y'all are tired from work. Alright, so what do the Royals have coming towards them with this full moon energy? Spirit, what do Royals have coming towards them with this full moon energy? You do got, okay, so, hold on, let me say this. You do got somebody who think they're real slick. I heard Slick Rick. You got a new start when it comes to this journey that you're going on. Don't lie and act like you don't know that things aren't shifting in your life. Feel like you're having to tune out the chaos and do you, baby. Truly. Now, you do have an opportunity. I'm hearing a well-deserved reward. A well-deserved reward. This is something new. And I truly feel like somebody is going on like some type of journey. Some of y'all could be traveling towards like a beach or a lake trip or something. This could be just traveling in general. I do see somebody going by some water, but you got a new start coming in. It's like it had to come at the right timing. Some of you guys, this is a new partnership. You could be a Gemini, have Gemini placements. I'm also picking up fire sign energy now. Be careful of conflict. It's this partnership. Okay, a stable partnership. Protection. It is protected too, especially if you've been seeing 1111. Now, make sure that if you're being defensive, you're being defensive with the right person. But I do feel like someone is protecting what is stable to them. Okay. Now, healing is also going on when it comes to... let me tell you, some of you guys aren't going to get exactly what it is that you want until you are able to surrender. And that is... I hear somebody's micromanaging something. What are y'all needing to surrender? You just need to be... Okay, so this lets me know that some of y'all are having... Somebody's name is BB. Or somebody's wearing BB or something. I also see someone receiving justice for something that happened in the past. Expect an increase in income, especially my earth signs. Look at you, looking good, looking like you looking. Somebody's also going to receive money for something that is like some type of past work, or this is something that is old from the past, okay? Tell me about this right here. Somebody miss your love, picking up Scorpio energy. The initials D or J could be significant. Somebody's also dealing with allergies right now. All right, so be careful, because I told you to sit down and chill. So be careful, guys, about taking on other people's problems. This could be, hell, this could be as simple as someone venting to you. And just kind of like dumping on you. But this can also be overworking yourself. And make sure, again, that you're not getting in your own way by being stubborn. Make sure you're not giving too much of yourself. February is significant. Somebody's name could be like Monty or Monte. Now, something that you were once confused about, or there was like some type of doubt or uncertainty, you're going to be able to make a decision about that. For some of you guys, this is pertaining to either an Aries or a masculine energy. And for others of you, if you are dealing with an Aries, or for somebody, this could be a work situation, but definitely picking up divine masculine type energy. Not I just threw divine on there, honey, because it's going to be different for everybody. For some of you guys, this person seems to be toxic, or y'all's connection could have just been toxic. Somebody doesn't want you to move on. They're confused about whether or not you've moved on. Picking up Leah. Somebody's name could be Leah, but I was trying to say Leo. Leo energy. Scorpio energy. Somebody feel like you changed up on them. Like, oh, you switched up on me, but I ain't did nothing. Somebody trying to get your attention. But if you are a woman and you... Be careful of hip pain, girl. But if you, like, kind of dipped on somebody, regardless if they are those signs or not, you are being protected. You'll see a cat to confirm that. Yeah, it's like you had to be separated from somebody because they was in the way. You had something new to do, baby. And it's like, damn. You really gonna do me like that? Somebody want a pity party. Oh my gosh. And you know what? This is the type of person that would, like, they think they're very strategic, cunning. They'll try to force you, well, get out of that, to interact with them. They don't like to be ignored, okay? The month of April is significant. I know we're in April, but I feel like that could be somebody's birthday. 4444 confirmation, baby. Again, you are protected from the BS. October could have been significant for you as well. I also feel like the 14th is going to be significant for you. I just heard freedom, freedom. Y'all, bye. I love y'all. And have an amazing week. But enjoy this full moon. And just chill. Just flow like water.